Jan, I'll quickly start with you. Just give me your reaction on both sides here to this news, whether it's a positive or a negative for either or both of these companies.
Well, last I looked, Kohl's shareholders looked happy. Levi's not so much. I think that's the same way I feel. You know, Michelle's done an okay job at Kohl's. Kohl's was on a downward trend when she got there. Her ideas didn't really turn it around. She had a good idea with Sephora, but she also refused to sell the company at about twice the price it's trading at. So I don't think I was that surprised that she's leaving. I'm a little surprised she's stepping into the role at Levi's.
Dana, your take as well?
I think overall, I'm not surprised that Michelle's leaving after what's happened over the past year or two. I think the succession planning at Levi's by Chip, Levi's and Kohl's were very good partners. Michelle knows the brand well. I think she basically can bring innovation, and I think it's a good move for Levi's, and I think, frankly, it's what was merited at Kohl's. I don't think it's a surprise at Kohl's. I think what's driving the stock up is the third quarter earnings guidance is better than expected due to margin improvement.
Right. Well, that's an important point. I'm glad you mentioned it. You know, Jan, when you mentioned the opportunity, perhaps it was really there to sell the company, although financing was always a question mark in terms of those bids for Kohl's. But they also bought back a lot of stock under her leadership and at far higher prices. I'm curious as to what you think now with the new leadership and the opportunity that presents itself for them.
Well, I think, Tom Kingsbury is going to step in the role. He was really good at Burlington. So at least they're in good hands right now as they decide what to do. Whether there'll be a transaction now or a new CEO or even both, I don't know. But this is certainly going to open that door again.
So, Dana, I want to get your thoughts on Goss going over to Levi's. What does it mean for the strategy that's unfolding at Levi's as we see direct-to-consumer becoming a bigger and bigger piece of the puzzle at that company?
I think there's a couple things for Levi's. I think overall they can continue to open new stores. They don't have a lot of new stores in the United States. I think number two is on the direct business, which she has experience with the direct business from Kohl's, and that digital expense structure can be looked at even closer. And I think there's a global growth opportunity. And I think on the global growth side, that brings her experience from Starbucks, where she was in charge of the Asian business. So I think there's a bit of each of it. And I think it's very few leaders today that possess the ability to understand what a brand is and be able to deliver growth at the same time. I think Kohl's was much harder. I think a brand can shape their own destiny. A retailer shaped basically by the brands they have within it and what they can do to enhance the expense structure.
So, Jan, let's expand this conversation out a little bit more. I want to get your take on retail more broadly. We've been hearing about inventory builds. It does seem like there's been a bit of a shakeout at certain companies. I'm thinking about Bed Bath & Beyond and some of the news we've gotten just there this week. And it's no longer a situation where a strong consumer and strong margins coming out of record stimulus is a tide that lifts all boats. How would you gauge the sector? Where would you be putting money to work?
Well, I don't think it's surprising to think that the home side of the business, Bed Bath & Beyond, for instance, is struggling. Bed Bath was already struggling, but that whole sector is now struggling a bit. We're going to see electronics struggle. But I think apparel, accessories, shoes, cosmetics, jewelry are all going to be strong through holiday. I don't know if we're really going to get a recession in the second half of 2023. But as of yesterday, sales were pretty good in those sectors. And sales are going to be good right through holiday in apparel, accessories, shoes, jewelry, cosmetics, right on through into 2023. At some point in time, that may fade back. But right now, the upper end businesses and those categories are quite strong. The consumer seems healthy in those spaces. They're getting pinched by inflation, but they're still spending on going places and buying all that stuff to take with them. And I don't see that changing through the end of this year. We're going to have a solid fourth quarter.